Before we begin, I want to show you something. Wait, this side. Ooh. What one should we do? I think for the purpose of this video, we're going to go for pink. Because we're talking about ladies. I'm honestly not sure how widespread the information surrounding what I'm about to talk about is, because I followed Natalee B Fitness on TikTok for probably about 2 years now. So I knew about all this drama because, first of all, it's in the United Kingdom, which is where I live. And second of all, because I followed Natalee. If you don't know who Natalee B Fitness is, she's a gymfluencer from London. She makes content surrounding kind of like personal empowerment, if that's a thing, I don't know. Talking about, like, one of her favorite phrases is "there's nothing I cannot do," but it seems there is something she cannot do, and that's be inclusive to trans people, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So 4 years ago, 2021, Natalee announced that she was planning on opening a women's only gym called the Girl Spot, aka the G Spot. I'm going to insert a photo of her tweet up here. I think the only one I have is from a screen grab of a video, so the quality might be quite poor. But the quality of everything I do is poor, so that doesn't matter. And as you can clearly see here, she says that it will be trans inclusive. Now, I'm not going to support anything she does in this video. I'm really not, because I'm completely against the entire premise of what she's said about trans women. But I am going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that this was 4 years ago. You're allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to say, actually, I take that back. That's not how it's going to operate anymore. You're allowed to do that. The issue people have is that, first of all, she's not including trans women. And we'll get on to her reasoning later, and that's even more ridiculous. But another thing that people are mad about is the fact that she crowdfunded for this gym opening. So I believe she got £20,000 overall, or something massive, like £22,000. But from her followers, she got £2,000 in crowdfunding. £1,500 was from one individual, and £500 was from the rest of her followers. Now, I saw someone say, but how many trans women would have donated? That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many trans women were within that £500. The thing is, she was getting this crowdfunding out. She put out this GoFundMe. She said, look, I'm going to be opening this women's only gym. It is going to be trans inclusive. It is going to be a safe space. And now 4 years later, she's used all their money to build this gym. And she's going, actually, no, trans women aren't allowed to come in. That's where people have the issue. A lot of people are saying, oh, they just want their money back. They just want their money. It's the premise of changing your mind. But having already used the money to build the gym with the specific promise and then to change your mind. She does say in one of her videos that as of right now, I can't find. I think it has been deleted. I wouldn't be surprised if it has. There's a lot of things have been deleted in within this situation, including tweets, old TikToks, everything like that. It's all kind of been wiped from the face of existence. She said that she had spoken to many people about this decision. Legal teams, PR teams, trans women, communities, charities, and collectively over the last 4 years, she's brought it all together over the last 4 years, and she's decided to make it not trans inclusive. I don't think that's true. What do you mean? Charities, communities, and trans women told you that's, and PR teams? And a PR team wouldn't tell you to go about it the way you did, which was to just pretend you never said anything, pretend it's all okay. Now, obviously, we have no idea whether this decision to not include trans women comes from a place of, like, malice, or if it comes from a genuine, like, I just don't think they should be there kind of thing. It's like, I don't know if she thinks we're going to agree. I think she might think people are going to disagree with me, but they'll understand why I'm doing it. And that brings us on to what I think is one of the most bullshitty parts, which is her explanation. I'm going to pull the video up and we're going to watch it together. I've got it on my iPad right here. You're going to watch it on the screen. Let's have a little look at what she says.
In 2021, 4 years ago, I made a tweet, and the tweet referenced my women's only gym, the Girl Spot, and being trans inclusive. Now, when I made that tweet in 2021, I had just announced my plans to open a women's only gym. I hadn't thought out the vision or the mission or what it would entail, but all I knew is that I wanted to open a gym. We are now 4 years later, and I have had a great deal of time to figure that out. The Girls Sport Gym exists as a safe space for women because women are facing gym harassment, sexual assault and sexual violence inside of gyms, and I know that because I'm a victim of it. So the meaning of the Girls Sport Gym is now entirely different, and I say this to say that whilst we are a gym, inside we are focusing on self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing classes, as well as workshops and activations around PCOS and training on your menstrual cycle, all of which occur to biological...
I'm going to pause that right here. PCOS, menstrual cycles, biological women. Okay? That also includes trans men and non-binary people in that statement, but okay, fair enough. We'll take it as she says it. Trans women. Biological women. I'm getting confused now. Self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing, I think that's what she said. They don't just apply to biological women. They're not just for biological women at all. They're for women. They're for everyone, but in this instance, they're for women. It's self-defense classes. Because I do believe she goes on to talk about when she was sexually assaulted in a gym, and I say, okay, fair enough, you'd want to open a women's only gym for that, but surely you'd want to exclude men. Not trans women, not other women. You'd want to exclude men. Let's keep watching.
Majority of the women who are seeking my women's only gym, the Girls Spot, are coming here because they have faced some level of gym intimidation or sexual violence and assault that has been perpetrated by men. So as the owner of the gym, it is very important to make it clear how my women's only gym will be operating, and it will be operating as a single sex space for biological women. Now,
okay, they've been victims at the hands of men. So why are you not letting the women who have been victims at the hands of men in? Is it because you view trans women as men? Because that's what that seems to everyone. I think everyone who watched that video thought, oh, she sees trans women as men. Because why would you not let them in otherwise? Why would you not let them in?
Now, we do believe that everybody deserves a safe space, and there are many gyms that are starting to have mixed cubicles and changing rooms so that individuals can feel safer and more included in these environments. But the Girls Spot Gym as a standalone is a female-only gym because it is imperative that I stick to the vision and the mission and ensure that these women feel safe.
I don't think the general population of women, take every woman I know and say, would you feel unsafe if you were in a women's only gym and there was a trans woman in there? Would you feel unsafe? I doubt any of them would say, yeah, I'd feel incredibly unsafe. Unless you view trans women as something other than a woman, it's not going to change how you'd feel in a gym if there was a trans woman in there. And that makes me think that she views trans women as men or as not real women. One thing I would like to add is that she has faced so much hate for this already. Not criticism, because I think that what I'm doing right now is criticism, and I've seen a lot of criticism. When I say hate, I mean, well, let's watch this video and she'll tell you what's happened.
This whole thing is so beyond disheartening. Like, it's so disheartening. Like, I am just one single young woman that is just trying to create a safe space for a group of women, like a demographic of women. That is it. All I've spoken about is my personal experiences with SA and how like certain things have made me feel and stuff, and like now I'm here, you know. And like the amount of hate, the abuse, the racism, the comments, the slurs in response to that is just beyond me. Like, how the hell has a safe...
See, obviously racism, slurs and hate and shit like that is abysmal in this situation. If you genuinely care about trans women being included in gyms, you shouldn't face that argument and have your backup being racist. And that was a big ass sneeze. If you actually give a fuck about equality, you're not gonna have your retaliation to be being racist. You're not. So obviously those people are pieces of absolute shit. Let's kind of go back to what she said right at the beginning of that video. It is about her personal experience with SA. And she's trying to create a safe space for a certain demographic of women. So she's not saying technically not saying for cis women, but she is. She's saying for biological women. She wants to create a safe space for biological women because of her own personal experiences with SA and everything that's happened in her life. That makes it sound like trans women don't experience sexual assault. And they very, very much do, by the way. at incredibly high levels, they do. And obviously, I'm not going to say that her experience with SA in the gym means that she has to, you know, do what everyone wants when it comes to her own gym. No, of course I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that you can't say that I'm opening a gym because I was assaulted and I want it to make a safe space for this specific group of people who are also likely to get assaulted. However, I'm going to leave out another demographic of women who are at extremely high risks of being assaulted. That doesn't make sense.
Demographic of women become this. How have we gotten here, guys? Like, it's so wild to me, like, and it's so disheartening. Like, the girl spot is literally a safe space for some women, and that is it. Like, that's it.
Safe space for some women. A safe space for some women. And if she had come out here from the beginning and said, this is for biological women only, trans women will not be included, reasonings being XYZ, and I need you all to know that trans women will not be included. It is not because I don't view them as real women. It's for whatever fucking reason she wants to give, okay? Like, actual reason. People would still shit on her for not including trans women because that's a shitty thing to do. But people wouldn't be this... Less people would be this angry about it because, first of all, you crowdfunded for it and then changed your mind. And second of all, the way you're explaining it, the way she goes into it as if trans women don't experience the same things that cis women do. Because that's what it sounds like she's saying, I don't want trans women here because I don't think they have the same experiences as cis women, e.g. don't need self-defense classes, aren't at risk of being sexually assaulted in gyms. Like, what? Okay, the menstrual shit and the PCOS, fair enough, fine. But again, some cis women don't have menstrual cycles. Because that's another question people have brought up. How are you going to check? How are you going to check that the women coming to join your gym aren't trans women? How are you going to check? Because you can't ask them to pull down their pants at the door. You can't ask them to, like, lift up everything and see if they have any surgical scars. Like, I don't know. It's a whole thing. But then some people are taking it in a very different way.
I'm all for the trans community, you know what I'm saying? Be who you are, but also be so for real. Like, she said she only wants biological women in that gym because, you know what I'm saying? Like, trans women, you are a woman, be what you want, but you know you also have the abilities of a man.
Like, that, honey, that's not it. That is not it. I'm gonna be so fucking real. I don't know what the fuck you're yapping about, but shut up, because that's not it. I don't think that matters. I really don't think that matters, and I don't think Natalee would give a fuck. I don't think that's why she's doing it. I don't. I think she thinks that I'm gonna be real. I don't know what Natalee thinks. I don't think anyone does, but I'm gonna be so real. That's one of the worst takes I've seen today on the internet, so... See here, she said women-only spaces, but in all the other ones she's been saying female-only spaces. That change in language, Natalee, that's not going to make people change their minds about you. Everyone still remembers what you said. Last one was this post. My reaction when I walk into the girl spot gym to see a 6'2", 200 kilo muscular man with full facial hair, but then I realise it's okay because they could be a trans man and they're technically biological women according to Natalee B Fitness. For Natalee, I think what she means is, because I've seen a lot of people make jokes like this and it's like, you have also missed the mark. Natalee wants cisgender women only. People who identify as women and were born as women. That makes me go, hey Natalee, would I be allowed in your gym? Like, I was born a woman. I've never undergone any like HRT or anything, but I'm non-binary. Am I allowed in your gym? I don't know. I'll have to take a trip down to London and ask her. Anyways, that's the end of today's video. I don't know how YouTubers manage to like make a video the second like something happens online, because this shit takes me a long time. It's because I procrastinate. I'm also currently procrastinating right now. That's why this video is slightly longer than the other one, because I have an essay to write that I don't want to do. I'm just going to hope that was focused. Anyways, lovely having a chat with you. I will probably see you later. I'm going to promote the fuck out of this video on TikTok because I need people to watch this.